So, Jarvis, why don't you tell everybody why you don't want to see the Minecraft movie?
I've never even played Minecraft, so it'd be lost on me. Just like what movie we're reviewing, I have no idea
Yeah.
what we're doing.
We picked another hit that's in the theaters currently.
And then we picked one that you've probably never seen.
Yeah.
Or maybe even heard of.
Because Jarvis told it to me and I went, I don't know what that is. And it's not the one we're talking about. The one we're talking about is the other one. From Alpha 24.
Dude, A24 they're usually pretty known for making hits.
Yeah. I learned after the movie that Ari Aster produced the movie, and I went, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
You know what he didn't produce?
What?
This podcast. Welcome to Full-Time Movie Fans.
There'd be a lot more cult going on if that were the case.
Yeah, we could use some cult followers, I think. I think that'd be neat.
I agree, which is why we've established a non-profit church called the Church of Full-Time Movie Fans.
Yeah.
We're working on the name.
Yeah.
And you can donate.
Yeah, we're your leaders. You have to obey us implicitly.
And we don't pay taxes.
Yeah. But this is Full-Time Movie Fans, and we love to talk about movies. And hopefully you enjoy listening to us talk about movies.
Yeah. And all you confers out there, that's short for Cult of Movie Fans.
Newly established.
Yeah, newly established.
Established circa 2025.
You're no longer full-time MFers. You're confers.
There you go. You heard it. Obey us. No, actually, first thing you could do is introduce yourself as one of the hosts.
Oh, I'm John Green. And this is my co-host, Hank Green, and we are the Vlog Brothers.
Also the Green Brothers.
Also the Green Brothers. And we're here to talk about my new book. Yeah, right. Everything is tuberculosis, and my brother is here to shill out his new book.
Excuse me.
No, his is remarkably something.
That's the actual title.
I would be surprised if it was.
So we're doing that one movie,
Death of a Unicorn.
Yes.
Oh, and there's a little demon hopping around in here. So if the podcast just completely drops immediately, you know why. Maybe not. Maybe she shouldn't be in here. She's getting incredibly close to an off switch. I'll take care of this.
You can't see it. It's
Jarvis,
a little mini unicorn.
Give us a little something.
Little something. I got nothing, man. Death of a Unicorn. This one actually has quite a star-studded cast.
So just put something over the door, like crack it.
We've got Paul Rudd. We've got Téa Leoni. We've got Jenna Ortega. I don't know. Michael, how do you feel about Jenna Ortega?
This is the first time I've seen her act.
Really?
Yeah, with this movie.
That's surprising.
Yeah, and judging by everyone's reaction in this room, that shouldn't be the case. So go ahead and enlighten me as to what other things she's done.
Wednesday?
Haven't seen it. I didn't see it.
I think it's pretty good.
What else, Jarvis?
She was in X.
She was in that movie with what's the dude from Lord of the Rings? There's a teacher
Aragorn.
She was in it's a movie about
That's the guy from Lord of the Rings.
the
Orlando Bloom.
You have to tell me what the title is of that one later.
The guy who played Samwise Gamgee.
No,
Elijah Wood.
He was in Love Hurts.
He was in the Black Panther.
Yeah, the guy who played Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Austin.
Yes, Sean Austin. Elijah Wood. Did you know Elijah Wood, a small off topic, I'm trying to fill time because I don't think we have a lot to say about this movie.
Interesting.
Do you know Elijah Wood, who plays Frodo in Lord of the Rings,
yes,
among other things?
Yes.
As well as the main character in Wilfred. Have you seen that
yes.
one? He also voices Spyro the Dragon.
No way.
In The Legend of Spyro. which is kind of crazy. Which
I
is
love
basically
Spyro.
just a dragon ripoff of Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
I also love Spyro.
I was talking about Miller's Girl, but she's also in Scream.
She's in
Oh
Scream.
yeah. I did
Oh,
see
the
that.
new
I saw
one?
Scream. Yep.
Have not seen you.
Man 3, you should
Shoes. Her scene got
Oh.
cut in Iron Man 3. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but she's not interested in me in any Marvel movies because
Oh.
her scene got cut the first spring break.
That's fair. Like Valky Ray in the Minecraft
Oh
movie.
no. I think.
I've seen the Minecraft movie twice as of recording this.
Ugh,
I know. How many days has it been out, Jarvis?
I don't know.
3.
Is it? That's crazy. Because that's almost well. Let me see. No, that's the same amount of times that I watched Deadpool
Oh, yeah?
and Wolverine in theaters. I watched it twice within like 15 hours or 16 hours.
So can I tell you about this new great thing that we got because
Yeah,
our closest
please.
movie theater is an AMC? This is not an ad, but if we want it to be, I'd be happy
Reach out
to.
to us. Yeah.
So our closest movie theater is an AMC.
Oh yes.
Are you aware of the stub membership?
Mm-mm.
So we paid $20 a month, and we both get 3 movies a week.
That's pretty dang good.
It's gonna be 4, next month.
That's amazing.
a week, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We
I-
also get discounts on food and drinks and
Dude, I literally live
fun stuff.
like my nearest theater, the Casablanca, is so close to where I currently live, which
Yeah.
I will not be living there
No, you will
in a
not.
few days.
Yeah, and that is going to be
I've
very
gotta
far
find
from you.
Exactly. I've got to find a new one. Actually, Flix is going to be closer to me now.
Flix is good. I love Flix.
Yeah. So
But I will say the prices at AMC have been getting me recently. It's really good.
Really?
No, it's really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
How much is a large
That's-
popcorn at
that's good.
Casablanca?
I mean, I think it's over. Well, I always get the large popcorn, large drink, so it's over like $12, I think, or 14, 15, 16.
It's probably
I don't know. It's probably like 16.
15, $16.
Yeah,
The large popcorn's like $8.
that's amazing.
And a large drink I also think is like $5-6.
So did you get a large popcorn when you watched Death of a Unicorn?
We did. We actually have a bucket. It's like larger than a large, and we get it refilled for $6
Nice.
for a whole
That's
year.
amazing.
Right?
Oh man, maybe I should move out here.
Maybe you should. Yeah. Maybe we should do a full-time movie fans immediate review next time,
Yeah,
and we just go just go watch a movie.
we'll just get
at the
we'll
AMC.
get a portable recorder. We'll just record while we watch.
It's just me. It's just me and you leaning over to each other like, that's really cool.
Oh my gosh, I really like that.
Do you like that guy?
Do you remember that? Remember that other movie he was in?
And all you hear on the recording is,
And then occasionally they crunch up popcorn.
yeah.
I think I should do a car.
We could try it. If you want to see this,
We could call it
full-time movie fanners.
call it post credit scene, and we just after the movie we just immediately give first impressions.
We do a mystery science theater thing in the future where it'd be really fun but
Yeah.
stupid.
What?
We
I
get,
love that idea.
We get a big
Whatever
fan
it
base,
is.
right?
Yeah.
And for like once a month, like a movie release, we do like a fan event where we go and we rent out an entire theater and we both get microphones and we do a live commentary over the new movie.
Oh my gosh, we could. That'd be guys.
a
You guys. That's a
mystery
dream.
science theater.
That's a dream. You guys can help us make happen.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
With that being said, put a
And
like.
nobody
in
would
the-
want to listen to us talk the whole time. It's like when we watched The Room and Greg Sestero was sitting there just making comments the entire time.
That's amazing.
It was a little jarring, but they
Yeah.
were funny comments, so it
Was
worked.
Death of a Unicorn jarring to you?
A little bit. Yeah, we should probably get to that part, huh? So my first impression of Death of a Unicorn in the movie theater, which was our second time at the AMC, and first time with our Stubbs membership, I remember like in the moment watching the movie, I was like, this is really good. Like surprisingly good for what little I knew about the movie going in.
Yeah.
And then it ended, and I turned to Sybil immediately and was like, I don't know if I like this movie.
At least the ending, right? The ending could have been
The
better.
ending. So the ending was a little too ambiguous,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because she likes to believe that the unicorns were breaking her out of the police car. I think they drowned.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Sorry for the spoilers up front, but I mean it's.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Go see it for yourself. But yeah, my first impressions were probably similar to yours. Like, I did. So a problem for me is like, if I find myself my mind drifting on things like that doesn't make sense, or something takes me out of the movie, that's usually a sign that I'm just kind of like, it could have been better. That it's not keeping my attention fully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It kind of dragged in some places.
the pacing was a little bit slow in some places. There wasn't really. Sometimes it just felt like there wasn't a lot going on to just keep me interested.
Mm-hmm.
So it was overall it was okay, I would say.
Yeah.
I did talk with Clint, my very real friend,
Who exists.
yeah, and has opinions about movies.
Is real.
And he loves movies.
I've met him once, twice,
I've never seen this.
3 times.
Have you?
Yeah, 3 times.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think you guys have ever met.
twice at the shop,
Oh, yes.
and then
okay.
once organically.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. He's very real.
Super real.
Michael will attest to it. And so, he definitely had some opinions, and I kind of agreed with him on some of those, especially the ending. He said that the ending was not very satisfactory.
Yeah,
It was a little too.
they could have ended it 5 minutes earlier, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, he said the last 15 minutes were kind of not his. Not his cup of tea.
It very much felt like it wanted to be an Ari Aster movie without Ari Aster's hands being entirely on it.
Yeah,
That's
he
what it
should
felt
have.
like.
He should have got his hands all up in
Have
there.
you seen Hereditary and Midsummer?
I seen some of it.
Okay.
Of each of those, but not the full thing.
So anytime that I reference Ari Aster in this, it's going to be like you're going to vaguely understand.
Yeah, because this was said as a horror comedy, is what
Yeah.
I saw, and so
I will say, if you did not like this, you probably won't like Ari Aster's actual movies he directed and wrote.
yeah, I heard they're pretty intense. I think
an acquired taste, I think, but not one that you, like alcohol is an acquired taste.
yeah, I think
I accidentally hit the wrong one too, so it auto did it like
Bonnie's being a little
yeah, there's a little
menace.
cat.
Yeah, I can hold her for a little bit. Come here. Come here, monster.
But yeah, I agree with Clint. The last 15 minutes were a little bit. It's kind of like non-satisfactory in a whimsical way.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should. Maybe I'll say it later, but I'll tell you because he kind of rewrote the ending, and I think it's better.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, go watch it. Form your own opinion. I like Paul Rudd. I like
good.
Jenna Ortega.
It's not a bad movie. Like, you shouldn't go watch it. It's like spoilers for my actual review later, but we don't do number scores here.
No, we do
So-
not. We I think we did that early on, and then we kind of were like, no, we're not doing that.
It's like a 6 out of 10. Bonnie
was
fell and flipped it.
Like a 6.5 out of 10.
Like, it's good.
10 dead unicorns.
Like, if you want to go watch a good movie, I would say I'd rate this below Mickey 17, but I think you'd rate it above Mickey 17.
You know what?
It's an 8 for me.
It's an 8 for you?
It's an 8 for Sybil.
Sybil actually really liked the movie.
I think, you know what I think? I think it's a super great idea. I think it didn't stick the landing as well. It wobbled a little bit at the end for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I
when a
agree with that.
gymnast, they dismount and they do a little flip.
wobble?
And yeah.
And you're like,
wasn't
it was
clean.
good.
It wasn't a clean dismount. It was a little wobbly, so it lost some points for me.
Okay.
So,
Should I start talking about this plot?
yeah.
So,
We love movies with plots.
yeah, plotted movies.
Yeah.
I watch it for the plot.
Yeah.
That's don't look up that subreddit. What? You're listening to the dryer balls hit the dryer multiple times.
It sounds like
Yeah, it sounds like something's happening.
It sounds like one of y'all's mic has
No. Anyways, plot.
plot.
I should start to try to remember to do like this is where the spoilers are. If you don't want to do that,
yeah, we love movies that have plots. We don't like ones that don't.
I should just make it a habit. We need to make that part of the intro from now on. Hey, by the way, there's spoilers in this. If you don't want to,
yeah,
we should try to. That's true. We should try to. Sorry, a little behind the. This is how the sausage gets made. We should. It's gross, by the way. Don't watch how sausage gets made.
Just eat it and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's very tasty. You don't want to know why. We should probably like try to not do spoilers in the first part, and then in the last ones we can, because just let people ease into it.
Yeah,
that's mostly my fault. I do it more than you do. Anyways,
we'll slowly bring up the temp as you're in the water.
Yeah. So a lot of people die. That's
not enough, to be honest with you.
Probably. You're probably right about that. All right. So Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd, their family.
Yeah. Father, daughter.
And he is a pharmaceutical exec of some sort.
Watch out for good-looking Italian guys. Am I right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They'd be out there. They're looking for you.
Jenna Ortega is a motherless child. And
she also is having some epidermal issues.
Yeah, she's got teen problems.
They made it very obvious. I was like, man, they're really, they're really focusing on
4 or 5 of them too.
Yeah, they had her.
It has plot significance. Yeah, and he's got really bad allergies, like I do currently for some reason. Probably because Bonnie just wiped her whole back on my face. So they're traveling into the far mountain regions to go visit Paul Rudd's boss.
Yeah, it's some like reserve that his boss owns because he's
super mega pharma money rich, big pharma rich.
Yeah, I don't know if it gets richer than that. Well, I guess it does. All the guys in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know. I'd be more inclined to believe that pharma money makes bigger dollars.
Yeah, but
have you seen Martin Shkreli?
They need that crude oil to drive their Bentleys, and because they had a few of those. They had a Bentley in the carport. Yeah. I think I saw a Lambo. It was like an old Shelby Cobra, maybe.
But so, I will say, Jarvis,
those all run on gasoline.
I know you take some certain medicines that should definitely be like a few dollars instead of like a few hundreds of dollars.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, your medicine's more expensive now? Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks, Obama. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice. I like the old meme.
It's an old meme, but it checks out.
Meme. It's a good old meme. Anyways, they're going to this resort lodge thing of his boss because his boss is dying and he's going to take over when his boss dies or something. And he's going to go sign a bunch of paperwork and meet the family and stuff and make sure that their interests.
The fam. He's going to meet the fam.
Going to meet the fam. Full-time movie fam.
What about Bob? What's he doing?
Yeah, what is he up to? Honestly, this movie would have been better if Bob were a part of it.
Oh, I agree.
Just throw him in there.
But he's definitely like his character from What About Bob? And he just randomly shows up.
Yeah, 100%. On their way, they hit a unicorn. They just hit it. It's like dying, and Paul Rudd's got to put it out of its misery. And Jenna Ortega touches the glowy horn, and
she's
trips balls.
Yeah, she's tripping balls hardcore, and then she gets kicked out of the buzz by her dad beating the unicorn baby in the head with the tire iron.
Yeah, it was very jarring. And then they shove it in the back of their car for some reason.
Blunt force.
Yeah, blunt force trauma. Oh, yeah, the blood did get over both of them. That's important as well.
Yeah.
So they show up to the big, expensive woodland mansion, which is also in Minecraft, the movie, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Woodland Mansion.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I'm going to do like an extra episode with just myself talking about the Minecraft movie.
That could be the post credits. Like it's just you trailing off about the Minecraft movie.
They get there and his boss is dying. his allergies clear up and his eyesight gets a little bit better.
We learn quickly that that he's looking to potentially pass the reins
Yeah.
Of the company, and Paul Rudd has made himself the guy for that. So and it's also very important for them that they meet the family because family is important to them.
Yeah. Very important. Jenna Ortega also doesn't have acne anymore. This is important because the makeup crew is so much happier now. Yeah. Shout out the makeup crew. I see you. And they start trying to sign paperwork, but the unicorn is no longer dead and is
causing a ruckus.
Causing a massive ruckus, which alerts everybody, including the rich family, that there's a unicorn in the back of the car.
Yeah.
And is no longer in the back of the car.
Yeah, this little baby unicorn can't catch a break, man.
No.
I can relate.
Died, and then it came back to life, and then it got shot multiple times and died again.
Yeah, it literally got hit by a car going probably 70 plus miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And then it got its head cratered in by a crowbar. Mm-hmm. And then it got shot in the head.
Multiple times.
Yeah. So, I can relate.
Yeah. And then Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega are like, yeah, the blood got on us, and now we're feeling better. And they go, say that again. Say that again. Well, we can't just, give this to a bunch of, forest rangers. We got to,
Yeah, they do
love it and enjoy its life by celebrating it and learning its mysteries.
Yeah, they make some logical no, I was gonna say logical leaps to kind of keeping this mystical creature to themselves.
Yeah, and it's very, very obvious that that's how they succeed in their lives, is by manipulating situations for their benefit.
Yeah,
and trying to not look like the bad guys when they're very obviously just trying to take a baby unicorn and shave off its horn.
Which is weird because usually it's the poor people that do that, not the rich. But in this movie, they're choosing to portray rich people as the bad guys.
Yeah, this is like the reverse of Parasite.
Yeah. So that's a little twist that they added that I was like, okay, that's unique and interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a fun little thing to be like, yep, this is how people manipulate.
Yeah,
in a very heavy-handed way.
Yeah.
So they bring the unicorn in, and Jenna Ortega's like, hey, this is probably a bad idea. We should probably not do this and just put it back outside.
She's had a connection to this unicorn.
Yeah.
She experienced
a near weird death thing.
Yeah. She created a neural link through that unicorn.
Oh, a neural link. Buy yours today. Don't. By the way, that's besides anything that's going on in the world, just don't let other people put things in your brain. That's weird.
especially half dead unicorns.
Yeah, do not put weird half dead unicorns into your brains. So they continue to try to experiment with. I like this angle. They try to experiment with the blood in the horn of the unicorn and seeing if it could maybe cure this rare cancer that this dude is dying from, and it does.
They grind it up without fully knowing what's going on with it
and inject it into his bloodstream.
Yeah, which probably you should caution.
Don't just put weird shit in your blood. That's also
especially from mythical creatures that you know nothing about.
True.
That you didn't even know existed an hour before.
Oh yeah. But I mean, if you're on your deathbed.
Yeah, I guess, right? What's he got to lose?
So, it makes him better, and he goes, this is great. We need to drain it of its blood and shave off as much of the horn as possible and turn it into an antidote. We're going to be massively rich off of unicorn cancer medicine.
Yeah.
And the scientists are like, well, we only have the one unicorn, so we don't really have that much of the supply. And they go, guess we're going to sell it for top dollar to only the richest people with the most severe problems.
Yeah, and then they go into grassroots.
No, that's later. That happens a little bit later.
Yeah, it's grassroots type stuff. They're like, get on the phone.
Yeah, they're getting on the phone, calling all their rich friends. They basically sell what they believe to be all of it, and are like, we have so much money, and now you're set for the rest of your life, no matter what. And Jenna Ortega's like, hey, maybe we should put it back. I found this weird tapestry in the cloisters that Mom brought us to before she died. You know the cloisters. You love the cloisters. And he's like, I don't remember what you're talking about. She's like, the cloisters. That whatever. Anyways, there's the tapestries, and the tapestries tell stories about the unicorns and how they were imprisoned, and then they started killing people because they were imprisoned and they didn't like it because they were taking advantage of them. And they whatever, teenage girl. We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, not only is she young, she's a female, so obviously nobody listened to her.
Right. As is the truth.
And turns out, surprise, again, a shocker, she happens to be the smartest one and knows the most about how to get them out of this situation.
Yeah. Will Poulter did just continue to say the craziest shit the entire time.
Dude, he was so good, though.
He's so funny.
As the comedic, like...
Yeah.
You know,
because it wasn't like I'm going to say something funny. It was like I'm going to say something completely seriously, and it's going to be the most insane thing you've heard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he, not to jump ahead, but he just starts at some point snorting unicorn horn.
He does just start snorting unicorn horn. I can solve this. That's a little bit later, though.
Yeah,
you're right.
Before everything completely starts going crazy.
So they also, I think this is about the time where they noticed that the unicorn's like healing itself, sort of. And so they're like, hey, we should probably transport this thing and do more testing. I don't remember why they were transporting it.
I think they were just...
Yeah, there was... Oh, yeah, right, because the horn was doing weird electromagnet stuff, and it was causing the
it was sending out a homing beacon to Mama and Papa.
And they didn't like that, so they were trying to get it out of the house. But before they could get it fully out of the house, Mama and Papa show up and start tearing into people.
I wanna note here that at this point in the movie, Jenna Ortega's character has said at least 15 to 20,000 times that this is a bad idea and that we should just leave.
Yeah, because people will start dying.
Leave the unicorn outside.
Yeah,
and just be done with it and leave.
Yeah.
It was really annoying me. Paul Rudd's character, the dad. Mm-hmm. It was so annoying. I'm like, bro, at what point do you choose your daughter? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
At what point do you like listen to her and like make her feel like you care about her as a person?
Right.
Because that was definitely.
But he was seeing dollar signs.
It's all about the dollar bills.
He was seeing financial stability for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, she wasn't interested in that. She just wanted her papa.
This is no longer a podcast. It's just Millie getting pet for an hour.
I really enjoy the different angles of Millie getting
I don't have a dog, so
yeah, you're enjoying this as much as she is.
I'm spoiling her with pets and ear scratches and all the good stuff that she can get that from me.
Millie used to not like Jarvis, believe it or not. I'm sure that's something that everyone could definitely believe right now at this moment.
Wow, I'm just so unlikable.
Yeah. So they put the unicorn back in the house and they're like, we'll figure out what to do later. And the adults go and talk, and Jenna Ortega's like, we need to put the baby back. And Will Poulter goes, cut the horn off right now.
Those unicorns were like, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. That's an old thing.
They saw money signs and said hunting.
Chili's. Yeah, so the boys went out to go hunting.
The main doctor got impaled by Papa Horse first.
So they have to go hunt down the animal before it causes more havoc.
They're like, look, we've wounded it.
Yeah.
We need to.
So party of men go out and only 2 return. And Will Poulter stays home because he can't find his crossbow.
Yeah. And he blamed the butler, who was also hilarious. He was so good.
I loved him.
I forget his name, but he's been in a lot of stuff.
Find it. Hold on.
Yeah.
You want the actor or the character name?
Yeah, both. But he's amazing. I love him. He's in. Did you watch the show Barry with
Griff?
Bill Hader? Yeah, Griff.
Anthony Carrigan.
I love that part with Will Poulter where he's like, hey man, get in the hot tub with me.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't have any swim trunks, and he's like, Griff. He needs some trunks.
Anytime Will Poulter needed something, you just go, Griff.
Yeah.
Griff. No matter what time of day it was so funny.
Yeah, Griff was great. I love Griff.
Yeah,
We love Griff.
we do love Griff. Griff was the only person to survive.
Well, that we know. Yeah, that's true. Because we're kind of at the end where we're not sure about a few people.
That's true.
So
they go
Doctor
unicorn
gets impaled.
hunting.
Yeah,
Will Poulter goes to the other scientist and goes, "I want that horn off immediately," and steals some unicorn dust to
He's like,
go snort.
do it for your mentor who gave his life.
Yeah,
by getting stabbed in the heart with it by a unicorn.
yeah, you got to do it for science and for love.
Yeah.
And
he's like he would want you to. They're very good at spinning things.
They
this
are.
family.
And Jenna Ortega goes and hides in the car.
I think at this point the patriarch, doesn't he die at this point? He's already dead.
No, this happens.
They went hunting.
Oh, okay.
I'm leaving because y'all are
Right. Yeah. Well, she's doing
Oh.
something while they're all doing their other stuff.
Well,
She was.
upstairs, and then she heard everyone coming back. She couldn't hear them.
Oh, yeah.
The tapestry said that they're going to kill.
well,
Yeah, they're gonna
the
kill
daughter,
people.
she's a little liar. She didn't commit. She stared her dad right in the face and said, "If you leave and go with them, I'm leaving you here." And
Yeah.
She didn't do that.
No, she didn't.
But that's one of those things where like that whole tension is the same, and it happens so many times that it gets like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's just like, that's what I'm saying.
You're
To
right.
me,
It
that part
did
got
just keep on ramping up just for nothing.
yeah, it was just like, Dad, you're not
like,
listening to
yeah,
me. You're not
Jenna-
choosing me. You're not.
Jenna
listening to me.
Ortega's character didn't have any stakes, really. Her stakes were my dad might die or we might die if we don't listen. But we knew
She
that
was
wasn't
she
gonna.
was the plot device.
Yeah.
because
We knew it wasn't
according to
gonna
the
happen.
story, is a fair maiden.
Yeah. Which we learn about after the men return, and they're like, we didn't get any unicorns, and then both of the parents show up, and he's like, oh, I'll just Snow White this. Hello, unicorns. And then he gets stabbed, and everyone goes, oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, it's so funny because you see the rich people's like their delusion, and even his wife Taylor, which is I love Taylor. I love like the movies that she's in. She does a really great job. She does a great job in this movie. But even her, like, she's like, oh, yeah, my husband's got this.
Yeah.
As he's reaching for the unicorn horn, and then he gets stabbed right
Yeah.
in front of them and dies.
And she's like
immediately.
losing it.
Yeah.
She goes crazy after this.
Yeah.
And then this is where we get a long chase scene around the house, basically,
Yeah.
of the unicorns hunting everybody inside the house. The mom dies. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
And these unicorns, I want to make note for the people who haven't seen it or don't know, these unicorns have fangs,
Yeah.
like long.
Their horns are
tusk-
crazy looking.
Yeah.
Well, first, Jenna Ortega's character convinced them that they should give them their baby back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is what happened. Jenna Ortega convinced them to give the baby back.
Yeah, Griff and the second doctor,
Yeah.
and then it
They
doesn't
get
go too
sent
well.
out.
It doesn't go too well for the second doctor.
The horn got cut off.
Yeah. And they didn't have the horn with them.
Well, yeah,
Who has the horn?
that part did annoy me. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, dude? Like, I feel like
Yeah,
Paul
Paul
Rudd's
Rudd
character is
did
like, at
take
this
the
point,
horn.
you're just incapable of making a correct decision.
Right.
Like, we haven't seen you make a correct decision this whole movie.
Right.
So
So
that was
more
a little
people
annoying.
die because he made a bad choice. And then the chase happens, and then
Yeah.
eventually him and Jenna Ortega are up in a room, and he's like, I did a bad thing. I gotta give them back this horn, I guess. And then Will Poulter gets Jenna Ortega and hides her out in the backyard and goes, "This is how we're gonna end this. You're going to subdue them."
Yeah, he gets high on unicorn dust, and he apparently it makes him a little bit smarter because he figures out that Jenna Ortega is the key. You know, she talked about the tapestries and stuff like that. He's now able to understand them a little bit, and he says, "Oh yeah, they won't hurt her." he figures it out
Yeah.
somehow.
So she subdues the unicorns, and Paul Rudd shows up, and he's like, very good. We can both take the horn and be business partners and solve this forever and live happily ever after. And Paul Rudd goes, you can take the horn and shove it, and shoves
he shoves it into his stomach cavity.
Yeah. And so he dies. Will Poulter dies. But Will Poulter also shoots an arrow from his crossbow into Paul Rudd and stabs directly into what I assume to be a vital organ because of how quickly he's dying.
He dies. He dies very quickly.
And Jenna Ortega is an orphan now, but it's okay because the unicorns like her. And the
she gets adopted by the unicorns.
She does get adopted by the unicorns.
And lives in the mountains with them forever.
Yeah. At least that's how I thought it was going to end for a minute there. So the unicorns start rubbing horn, and their baby comes back to life, and then the baby starts rubbing horn with them, and Paul Rudd's back to life.
Yeah, they heal him.
And then they get arrested by the police.
So you know what?
Griff go get the police because people were dying.
He was doing a good job by getting police, but then the timing couldn't have been worse.
Yeah, because there was no way to explain that one.
Yeah, it reminded me of Get Out when the cop lights go and you're like, oh no, and it looks so bad because there's a dead white girl.
Except when that happened, it was very well done.
Yeah, because it was the buddy. But this time it wasn't, and it looks very bad.
And then they're being taken out, and they're like, it's fine, we'll get out of this. We'll figure it out. It's a good thing I'm a lawyer. Ha, ha, ha. And then the unicorns show up and shove the police car into the lake.
They're like, hey, you're our best friends now. Let's
kill
you.
I don't think that's what happened. I think the whole thing was to encompass the secret of the unicorns.
I think Sybil's right on this one, for how it goes. But I also, in my head, will believe you more than that one.
Okay.
Like, I think Sybil's actually right, but I like your interpretation better.
But yeah,
the unicorns just kills them all.
Okay, they're all dead. Who cares? Thanks for saving my baby, fuckheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Bring him back to life for what?
They were saving his life.
Yeah.
That's why they looked in the eye and they're like, you better hold each other. We're getting you out. Kind of things they can now communicate.
Sure, that's what was happening. Or it was hey, hold your daughter tight. We're taking you to your wife.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for helping us reunite our family. We were going to reunite you with yours.
Yeah.
Reunite. Sorry. I'm just like dropping syllables out of words.
It's okay. In this economy, we can't afford syllables.
Right? Yeah. Who can afford syllables these days, man? With inflation.
I don't have syllables. I just have symbols.
With all these. Oh, nice, beautiful. With all these syllable tariffs, dude, we can't handle it.
Yeah, true.
The tariffs are too much.
Yeah, we get ours imported. That's the end of Death of a Unicorn.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like a pretty cool, unique idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like, the idea that unicorns are real, that they're actually kind of terrifying, and not to be messed with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a very unique idea to take mythology and add stakes of like a horror movie to them.
Yeah.
Just for it all to culminate into a bad ending.
Because normally when you think
that's what every Ari Aster movie is. I think that somebody went, hey, we could take the themes of an Ari Aster movie and satirize like people. They are all caricatures. Yeah. So it's not a bad movie by any means. It's a really good movie, if anything. It's just, I think it falls short a little bit.
Yeah, I think Paul Rudd should have been funnier. I think he should have had more funny moments.
Yeah,
I think he should have been less of an asshat.
You want to know?
His daughter.
I think I just figured out what this kind of reminds me of, and this is a weird. Stay with me on this one. in high school, I created a short horror film, a satirical horror film called Shell of a Man, which was a weird horror movie that caricatured people in it, but also had an ambiguous ending. And no, that's not why I hate it. And I think that my problem is this with this movie's ending is the same problem that my high school theater director had with my short film, which was when you give someone an ambiguous ending, you don't give them anything to cling on to for the end of the story. You're basically ending it 15 minutes early.
But what's ambiguous about knocking a car off a
what happened to the characters?
Mountain? Yeah,
there's a story beat at the end of every story, which is the return, which is you bring the characters and who they are now back to where they were at the beginning of the story and see how they've changed.
Yeah.
And we had a short car ride where Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega were like buddy instead of at odds with each other, and we're just supposed to take that as the end.
Yeah, like he didn't choose earlier to chase money and kill an innocent animal over his daughter.
We didn't get an ending to the story. We got an ending to a character arc.
Yeah. And
I know that you disagree with me a bit on this. I could tell.
Would you have laughed really hard if it actually like showed the car at the bottom upside down, just like crushed?
I would have liked that.
Like, could you imagine?
Yeah, but they got pushed off. Who's gonna know that that's how they got pushed off?
They don't know. No one died. They don't know for sure.
What do you mean no one died? They got pushed into a lake.
Everybody died, except for
They're
Griff.
in handcuffs in the back of a closed police car. Those are reinforced.
That fell off a cliff.
Yeah, you're telling me they live?
But they have unicorns heal. That's been proven.
And the unicorns are going to dive into the water to go and get them.
What if?
See, this is the problem with the ambiguous endings. We don't know. We don't know.
What if the part where they get the unicorns knock the car off of a cliff that, who knows how high it is from the bottom? Right. How do we not know that the baby unicorn was like, oh yeah, by the way, they like bashed my skull in. Yeah. with a big heavy metal object.
You want to know what would have helped with the ending?
What?
Just one penny whistle slide to tell us how long the fall was from the cliff top.
No, it should have been the ending should have been exactly, and it should have been the like the coyote where you just see a puff at the bottom.
That way we know.
So far away.
Yeah, and Griff just
Griff should have actually been riding one of the unicorns out at the end. He should have been riding.
We did
the back
it. We
of one
solved
of them.
the movie.
Yeah, we fixed it. Yeah, dude. What if Griff was a unicorn the whole time?
Oh my God, Jarvis, this is brilliant. Oh my God, the ending is actually Griff driving behind them, right? Yeah. And as the unicorns pop up, they look in the rearview mirror, and Griff's head just turns into a unicorn with a horn popping out. That's the ending.
Hey,
he was a unicorn the whole time.
It's that bad turn into a horse filter. His face turns into a horse, and they accept it as a unicorn.
Pops out a horn. Oh God. Guys, we did it. We made cinema. What do we rate it? We're coming up with great ideas over here. Didn't you say Clint had a alternate ending?
Yes. So this goes to, whether you agree or disagree.
Than what we just came up with.
Yeah, whether you agree, that's true. That's peak cinema what we came up with. But I'll give credit to Clint if you do like this or even if you don't. So he actually had a little bit of a rewrite. He thought that that the father-daughter thing wasn't necessary. He thought it would have been better if it was two people within the company vying for the position in the company. Paul Rudd's character, he actually wanted Martin Freeman to be cast in that. He said he thought Martin Freeman would have done better, but that it's one person who's like really more morally dark, just like the people in the company, and Paul Rudd / Martin Freeman's character would have been the one that was more pure-hearted, and that's what attracted unicorns. Not necessarily a fair maiden.
I like fair maiden because I live women.
Yes, but
Yes.
it's. But,
I also love women.
But also, they didn't even listen to her at all, and she got very little shine, if you ask me.
She just told them what the problems. She was the herald to the story, the one that says, "Hey, this is the problem, and here's how you solve it." And they just went, "Yeah, whatever, girl."
So one thing Clint said, I'm going to read some of this because I was texting him about it. I said, "How would you have changed the ending?" He said, "Life for a life. Instead of the unicorn resurrecting everyone, it would be at the sacrifice of a human that brought it back." So a death of a human would be used to bring back the baby unicorn.
Yeah, soul for a soul.
Yeah, he said nature wins, capitalism loses, and the humans that begrudgingly did the right thing don't get to ride off into the sunset. They die. LOL, he says.
I like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
A little bit better, yeah.
I think so, because it's like, okay.
Add to the mythos a little bit more. Like, if a unicorn actually dies, they can still be brought back.
But at the cost of
Yeah.
a life, an innocent life, maybe.
Soul for a soul, if you will.
Innocent life for innocent life. Yeah. And the fact that all the people who, like I said, because like you said, Paul Rudd's character, it didn't do anything right. He was forced to when people started dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I actually maybe would have liked it if he just stayed dead. You know what I mean?
I think that there's something to be said about the Clint's rewrite that puts more into what they were trying to do with the story, which is these people are bad and they get away with everything.
Yeah.
It's social commentary, sort of.
And finally justice happens.
Jenna Ortega dies, Paul Rudd dies, and they go, well, at least we have family, or something at the end, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this is just bad. They're just bad people and they get away with it.
The real family are the unicorns that didn't die along the way.
Yeah. They're the main characters.
Yeah, we should aspire to be more like them.
Function ourselves in society much like the unicorn.
Yeah, and have mystical healing powers.
Yeah. And walk with our backs straight.
Yeah.
Shout out to anyone who just got that reference. Put in the comments.
Put in the comments. I did not get that reference because I guess
I don't think either person in this room is going to get that reference.
You just got pop culture tapped into your bloodstream just at all times, giving you life.
I don't know how. I think I've just been so in tuned with. I joke and not joke a lot about YouTube being my actual parent and guardian growing up, teaching me things about life, and so I've just like hopped from like subgenre to subgenre so quickly that I'll just like pick up a thing here and there.
Yeah,
and so I just absorb what's happening.
YouTube is such a big place, and we hope that if you've found your way to our channel, that at this point you would put a like on the channel.
And if you are ex-CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, if you would like to be a guest on the podcast, we would like for you to be here.
This is our formal invite to you, please.
Only you, though.
Yeah.
So, no, wait. I think you're right.
Oh, that's a bad taste now.
The invitation's still out there.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. If you think you know what Sybil said, put in the comments.
Yeah. We need unicorns to make that happen, apparently.
It's fine. So I would rate it. I'd rate it a watch it.
Yeah, I would rate it a watch it. I think this one you can wait till it releases at home and just
go to the
just
dollar movie theater.
That's true. You can still get a movie experience at the dollar theater if you have those. If you have those where you're from, they're pretty great.
Yeah, we have one.
I grew up on dollar theater movies, dude.
They're surprisingly good.
Well, the one that I went to, just the floors were extra sticky.
You talking about the Cinemark?
Yeah. On 410.
Yeah. The one that's still there somehow?
Yeah, next to the Golden Corral.
No idea how it's still there.
No, there used to be a different, Hometown Buffet. I think it's still over there.
It is Golden Corral.
And there's a Sam Club. Oh, is it Golden Corral? Mm-hmm. Oh, I think it used to be Hometown Buffet, but...
And Sam's Club. And
Yep.
Used to be Heroes of Fantasies, but they moved.
Yeah. So
would you rate it? Also rate it to watch it?
Yeah, watch it, but wait for it to release at home. It's
what
a home
What do
watch.
you rate it? What would you rate it?
Watch it. I'd watch.
Is it? It's not rewatchable.
Watch it. Rewatchable? Yeah, maybe. No. I have to watch it.
Not even watch it in theaters?
I definitely think theaters would help.
Okay, watch it. She says theaters would help. So we'll do that.
Yeah, and so just to summarize, I would just say I feel like Pollard's character was just pretty one note. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just and constantly, and then the whole it's just something that you keep seeing over and over. Like, oh, he just keeps failing his daughter. She keeps being like, Dad, just show me. And
it's just the bad guys were caricatures, and the good guys didn't really want to like push past their problems with each other. Like it never escalated. It was always, oh, this is just how you are, and this is how I am.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a, what the fuck is wrong with you moment.
Yeah.
There needed to be from both sides. Like Paul Rudd needed to shout at his daughter once and be like, I'm doing this for you. I'm quite literally doing all of this for you.
It should have been sooner. So he had more time to change and to realize, wow, I'm a dumbass.
Instead of be like, I probably shouldn't have stolen this baby unicorn horn and try to sell on the black market for
maybe my
millions of dollars.
daughter is actually really smart and I should listen to her more. I mean, if this is the person that I'm trying to grow and care for, maybe I just pick up more on the things that she doesn't like that I do and stop doing those things. You know what I mean? It seems pretty clear and straightforward. It doesn't seem like a difficult thing to understand, but for him it is, I guess.
Well said.
Thank you. Will said.
Will Poulter said a lot of weird things in this movie. And with that, we leave
guys,
you.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Consider subscribing if you've been watching for a little bit. I know you guys are out there.
Oh, it's not doing well in the box office right now. Its budget was $15 million, and it has not even made that back. That's kind of sad. $8 million, by the way, is where it's at. Oh, okay. We'll get into that off screen because I have retorts to that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Jarvis, say you know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
And then we cut to a video of somebody going, "Hi, I'm so and so from this place, probably Nebraska, and it's
Sybil.
time to
It
spin
should
the
be
wheel
Sybil.
of mythicality."
Hey, it should be Sybil.
It's cut to Sybil.
And she's outside and we're just holding a mic through the window.
Perfect.
But guys, thanks for hanging out. We hope your day is everything you dreamed to be and more. We'll catch you in the next one.
And full-time Millie fans.
She's sleeping.
She's still here.
Bye, Millie.
Sup? You know, you'd look cooler if you'd subscribed.
Your dad wouldn't be so disappointed in you if you subscribed.
Your friends would do it. Aren't you like them? Don't you want to be like your friends? Your friends would do it. Nah, you're too much of a wimp anyway.
Yeah,
You could watch a couple other videos though, if you were cool.
Yeah, you won't though. Should.